Good morning, everybody. Matt Moda here to give you my favorite MLB home run predictions for today. We're talking Tuesday, July 29th. Happy Dinger Tuesday. Everybody, the Dong Report is back in your life. I'm going to have 8 guys on Dong Watch for today, of course, starting with my favorite 3 and then giving you the remaining 5. So for those of you that want to spray the board or that want to take just the favorites, you can do that. I just would appreciate it if you could watch the entire video. As for yesterday, pretty frustrating day overall. We mostly broke even, down 0.05 units to be exact. Thank you to Ramon Laureano for coming through with the home run, salvaging the day a little bit. I went heavy on the Mariners Athletics game, and I got burned for it. Not only did none of those 4 guys hit a home run, I think there were no home runs hit in that game in general, which was pretty frustrating because I really liked that game. And then Schwarber, Bellinger, and Harris, none of them came through with a home run either. So again, down 0.05 units. In the grand scheme of things, not terrible, but obviously you're hoping for better. On the entire year, up 1.5 units. If you followed my unit size guiding, up about just over 1% ROI. Obviously, that's not amazing, but we'll take being in the green. And then if you're putting 1 unit on every single player, you're up 56 units. I don't recommend doing that really at all because, for today, you're risking 8 units. For yesterday, you're risking 8 units. There was a day Friday where I had 13 plays. I'm not recommending anybody risk 13 units on a day on home runs. I just have that number because it's the easiest for people to conceptualize. Like, what would it be if I just put 1 unit on every single player? But as for today, pretty juicy slate for home runs. I don't have a play in every single one of these games in the green, but I have a play in the majority of them. Really good home run weather. I mean, you see all these icons for hot temperatures. That's always going to lead to more carry when it's hot. Obviously, the wind blowing out is going to help as well. Mostly agreement from Weather Edge. They like the Phillies White Sox game. They like the Royals game. Granted, from a weather perspective, the Royals home stadium is pretty pitcher friendly, but from a weather perspective, they like it. So we'll get right into it. The first play, a guy that I just simply cannot get right, Bryce Harper. We're taking him to hit a home run. He is best offered at plus. It's actually, so I got it at 310. It's actually now 320. So you can get a little bit of a better price than I got. Plus 320 odds at FanDuel is the best offered price for Bryce Harper. So the weather for this one is fantastic. It's already a hitter-friendly park at, Wright Field. But for today, the wind is slightly blowing out. I mean, the wind's not going to really matter. The biggest thing is the temperature is going to be in the 80s to 70s. So it's not going to be amazing like these games in the 90s, but it is going to help with carry. And from a weather perspective, plus 18%, from a stadium, plus 11. So really good overall. And Bryce, he's been hit or miss on the days that we take him, but if you just take a step back, you look at him for the last 20 days or so, the last couple of weeks, he's been fantastic. So looking at him since July 9th, 25% barrel rate, 50, almost a 60% hard hit rate. He's putting the ball in the air at a decent amount. As soon as this loads, you'll see a fly ball rate of 43% and a pull rate of 45%. His ground ball rate is relatively high. He's just not really hitting line drives. He's either hitting the ball in the air or he's hitting a ground ball. He had a decent day at the plate yesterday. 2 hard hits, both of them left the bat incredibly hard. 112 miles an hour exit velocity and 107.6 miles per hour exit velocity. Pretty impressive, having 2 hits above 107. And then you look at the pitching matchup. Jonathan Cannon is pitching for the White Sox. He's not terrible. I'm not going to say he's a dong baller, but he's definitely not anybody to be scared of. On the year, home run every 24 at-bats to left-handed hitters. You look at the last 5 weeks, it's a home run every 51. That sounds scary, but you dig into the numbers, and it really shouldn't show that. Like, I'm okay with 1 home run every 51, like basically 1 home run allowed in the last 5 weeks to a lefty. But look at these numbers across the board. The average is high. The K rate is low. The Sierra is high. The barrel rate is relatively high. The hard hit rate is high. The line drive rate is high. So the fly ball rate is a little bit low, but everything else is terrible. So it's more luck than anything that he hasn't allowed he's only allowed 1 home run to a lefty. Ballpark Pal loves the matchup for Bryce. They have it as a plus 10 extreme advantage for Bryce Harper. I don't think that there's any history between the two, so nothing really to look at there. But all in all, let's hope we can get Bryce on the right night tonight. That's play number 1. Next up, I'm going right back to Randy Arozarena. I know that some people might get frustrated taking the same guys over and over again. Basically, what I'm trying to do is find guys in a window and then continually bet them. And that's worked for me basically since the end of June until now. The success has been pretty good. So hopefully we can continue that. And the thing with Randy Arozarena, he did not hit a home run yesterday, but he did hit the ball hard. You look at him yesterday, he had, looking at the box score, he had 3 hard hits. He was the only player on the Mariners that had, oh yeah, so there was home run. That's right. Josh Naylor did hit a home run, but he's the only player on the Mariners that had more than 2 hard hits, and only one player on the Athletics did that. Both guys that I took had 3 hard hits, but that's okay. And then you look into those hard hits, 106 miles an hour off the bat, 106.3, and then the other one was 98.8. And the launch angle wasn't great on any of those 3, but he has been fine in terms of launch angle. He's hit a ton of home runs recently, so I'm not really concerned about that. And the exit velocity is fantastic, as is the pitching matchup. Luis Severino is pitching for the Athletics. He hates pitching at this home stadium. He's complained about it. You look at him over the last 5 weeks, home run below that every 20 at-bat number is pretty bad. Against righties, every 15 at-bats is really bad. Now, all 3 of the home runs have come off of the one pitch, but he's been hit really hard overall. I mean, the hard hit rate, 60%, is terrible. And then you look at him on the year. He was good to start the year, so that number is going to look a little bit scary. Home run every 36 at-bats, but we know that he struggled a lot recently. Decent matchup for Arozarena, as you can see here. And again, I guess there is some history between the two. Couple at bats this year. Everything else is from last year. I don't care a ton personally about batter versus pitcher matchups, but with the way he's been hitting, and it's still, I know that only 1 home run was hit yesterday, but it's still just fantastic hitting weather. The temperature is going to be in the 90s when the game starts. The wind, double-digit winds blowing out to left field at a stadium that is very receptive to wind. I feel good about going back to Arozarena. He's come through for us plenty of times before, so no issues there. And then my next one, my third of my 3 favorites, is going to be Christian Yelich, taking him to hit a home run. He had an awesome day at the plate yesterday. He had going to his game logs here, he did hit a home run, but he had 3 hard hits and a barrel. He's been really good the last couple days. So he had a crazy cold streak from July 5th up until the 25th. So what we're looking at for Yelich is a lot more recent. 2 hard hits, 1 barrel, 3 hard hits, 1 barrel. So he has been hitting really well. And I absolutely love the pitching matchups. He's going up against Colin Ray, who really, really struggles against lefties. I mean, he has for a long time, not just this year, but it has been this entire year. Home run every 15 at-bats to lefties on the year. You look at the last 5 weeks. The last 5 weeks, it's a home run every 12 at-bats to lefties. The numbers across the board are not, some are really bad, some are not so bad, but all in all, he's terrible against lefties. And Yelich, he had the 3 hard hits yesterday. He had the home run yesterday. He just had a really good day overall. The Brewers themselves put up 8 runs, but you look at him, again, the 3 hard hits for him, and then you look into those, 109 miles an hour off the bat. The home run was 105.1. Then he had another double that was 103.3. So all 3 were 103 miles an hour or faster. That's very, very impressive. The weather is fantastic for home runs in this one. It's the second best home run home run game of the day, plus 36% home run index. So I like Yelich a lot for a home run. Let's hope that comes through. And then the remaining 5 that I am taking, these are the spray the board category. I'm dart throwing a little bit on 2 guys on the White Sox, Austin Slater and Luis Robert. Both of these guys hit left-handed pitching really, really hard, and that's kind of why they are plays. You look at them over the last month against lefties. Austin Slater, 27 at-bats, 18% barrel rate, 62% hard hit rate, 37% fly ball rate. And then Luis Robert, 13% barrel rate, 58% hard hit rate, and a 25% fly ball rate. The fly ball rate is not as good, but everything else is very good. They're both hitting decently. Slater, not so much on the 27th, but 2 hard hits back on the 20th, 4 hard hits on the 25th, and then 1 yesterday, but it was a barrel that was smoked. I think it traveled like 380 feet, if I remember correctly. The White Sox did win this game yesterday as well. They beat my Phillies. But Austin Slater, if we look at what he did, 391 feet, 107 miles an hour off the bat. And then Luis Robert had 2 hard hits, 1 home run. 107 miles an hour off the bat, and then 99.7, so almost 100 miles an hour off the bat. And the guy they're going up against, Jesus Lazardo, has really, really struggled recently. So you look like it doesn't look like it's a good matchup for either of them. And I should give you the price, which I forgot. The price on Luis Robert is plus 600. Let me refresh this because that 630 is no longer available. Let me give you the most up-to-date price. Luis Robert is best offered at plus 600 at Fanatics. And then Austin Slater was plus 700. So Ballpark Pal liked both of them. They have 594 as the true odds for Slater, 580 for Luis Robert. So we are getting a decent price on both of them. And then Yelich was plus 475. Forgot to tell you that. And Rosario was plus 410. I guess that moved. So now 400, which I would still take. And then, yeah, looking at Lazardo, if you look at him on the year, he doesn't look like he's that much of a home run pitcher. But his last couple starts have really not gone well. He allowed 2 home runs to a righty at the first start. Since the All-Star break, he allowed a home run to a righty at the last start from the All-Star break. And he really has been hit relatively hard. Like he's striking out a lot of guys, but as soon as he gets someone on base, it's a problem. So, and the White Sox have just annihilated left-handed pitching basically this entire season, especially recently. They've been incredible against lefties. They got to Christopher Sanchez yesterday, and Sanchez has been phenomenal. So at the price of 700 and 600, I think both of them are definitely worth it. Robert, his hard hits, again, he had the 2 yesterday. He took some time off in these games. So 2 back on the 21st, then none, then 1 2 days ago, and then 2 yesterday. Really just backing him because he crushes left-handed pitching, and the price is really, really good. And maybe he's auditioning for the Phillies because they're interested in, rumored to be interested in trading for him. So next up, I'm going back to Michael Harris. I know that I went with him yesterday and it didn't come through, but this is the only game where the weather is not great. Or I should say the stadium stinks. Kauffman Stadium has massive outfields, so any home run that's hit has to be crushed, but it's really hot at Kauffman Stadium. It's in like the almost 100 degrees and in the 90s the entire game. That's going to help with carry. So any ball that's hit is going to carry more on average. So, from like a weather perspective, it's decent at Kauffman Stadium, plus 9%. So just something to keep in mind. And Harris has just been fantastic. I mean, you look at the entire MLB, looking at hard hits over the last week. Look who's number 2 at 15, and he's second. No other batter is even tied with him with 15 hard hits. He's got 7 barrels in this stretch. He's like one of 3 batters with 7 barrels, one of 2 batters with 15 hard hits. So he's been fantastic. And again, I went with him yesterday and he didn't hit a home run. But you'll have to look into what they did, right? He had 2 hard hits and they were both hit pretty hard. I mean, 112 miles an hour off the bat and 100 miles an hour off the bat. Granted, one of them had a negative launch angle, but still. And then the pitcher that he's going up against, Seth Lugo, has been terrible against lefties all year, especially recently. So you look at him the last 5 weeks against lefties. He's allowed a home run every 16 at-bats. And these numbers across the board are just disgusting. Barrel rate, over 12%. Hard hit rate, 50%. Fly ball rate, 35%, 34 to be exact. Line drive rate, 25%. He is striking guys out a decent amount, which is why Sierra is not horribly low. But all these numbers, when guys make contact, are terrible. And you look at the entire year, it's been the same thing. Home run every 17 at-bats and just really, really bad numbers across the board. And you look, like he throws a bunch of pitches, they all get hit hard. It's not just one. It is mostly the fastball, but it's not just one. They all get hit hard. So Harris hitting as well as he is against a pitcher that gets hit up by lefties, I'm okay. And the price is also good. It was good yesterday. It's good again today. It's plus 750 at FanDuel. That is the price that I was able to get. Next up, I'm going with Taylor Ward to hit a home run. The price on him is 520. Where is it? 500 at DraftKings. So it was 525 at Fanatics. It moved, but you can still get 500 at DraftKings, which I would still take. The thing with Ward is he had a good day at the plate yesterday, but the biggest thing is they're going up against the left-handed Patrick Corbin. Now, he's not a huge dong ball guy. You look at Corbin on the year, home run every 32 at-bats to righties is really not that bad. His numbers across the board are not horrible, but they're not good either. Really, we're just backing Taylor Ward because he's hitting well and he crushes left-handed pitching. You look at lefties over the last month. Taylor Ward, 23 actually, percent barrel rate. Hard hit rate over 50%, fly ball rate, the 26% fly ball rate, you want that to be higher. But he's hit lefties hard all year. It's not just recently. On the year, 13% barrel rate, 53% hard hit rate, 42% fly ball rate. Really, really good numbers against lefties across the board. And he's hitting well recently. You look at him over the last week, and he's got 7 hard hits is acceptable with 3 barrels. And he had a good day at the plate yesterday. Now that good day at the plate did involve a home run, which I know some people don't like. That doesn't really bother me. As long as you have a recent history of hitting well. And then again, so it was 2 hard hits yesterday. I thought it was 3, but it was only 2. But it was 105 miles an hour off the bat, and it was 98.4. And another flyout. Like, the ball was hit in the air. So decent day for him. The weather is good, plus 17% home run index. And then my last play, I'm going right back to my guy, Kurtz. I was worried that they weren't going to pitch to him yesterday, which was not the case. He was pitched to. Like, he didn't get walked at all. And he only had 1 hard hit, but it was hit pretty hard. 106 miles an hour off the bat. The pitcher he's going up against, Logan Evans, is not a terrible pitcher overall, but he can get hit up by lefties. Ballpark Pal loves the matchup, plus 10. Extreme advantage for Kurtz. He is plus 2... It was 245. Now it's 240, which I would still take as the best offered price for Mr. Kurtz. But Logan Evans, you look at him, he can get hit up by lefties. On the year, home run every 28 at bats is not terrible. Then you look at the last 5 weeks, and it's been a little bit more of a struggle. Home run every 14 at bats, and these numbers are really, really not good. I mean, the K rate is low, hard hit rate is high, fly ball rate is high, barrel rate is acceptable, and the average is high. Like, all these numbers are really bad over the last 5 weeks. And Kurtz, I mean, he's just been fantastic. And it doesn't really take a genius to tell you that the guy that just hit 4 home runs has been good. It's not just that. 8 barrels over the last week, 14 hard hits. He was phenomenal before the 4 home runs. He's still been phenomenal. And when he's actually getting pitched to, which he had the day off on Sunday, and then he didn't get anything to hit on Saturday. But Kurtz, as long as the situation's there, I think he's I think he's worth continuing to ride. And that's all we got. So appreciate everybody for watching. We'll do a quick recap and we will get on out of here. My 3 favorites were Rosario, were Bryce Harper and Christian Yelich. And then I have Nick, Kurtz, Michael Harris, Luis Robert, Austin Slater, and Taylor Ward. I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe. Make sure to, like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Tails account where I send everything out. Check out Ballpark Pal, which you kind of saw how I use Ballpark Pal. Make sure to bet responsibly, and have a good one.